All right, let's get into the latest headlines because this one is layered. We begin with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who recently made a surprise humanitarian trip to Jordan. On the surface, it appeared to be a goodwill visit. The couple reportedly met with refugees and aid workers, aiming to highlight ongoing relief efforts in the region. But what was meant to be a positive, service-focused appearance has quickly turned into something far more controversial. According to reports circulating online, their final stop was at a youth center operated by QuestScope, a local nonprofit organization. Now, here's where the situation becomes complicated. Independent scrutiny has allegedly revealed that certain staff members connected to the organization had previously shared social media content that appeared to praise or glorify Hamas, a group designated as a terrorist organization by both the United States and the United Kingdom. That revelation immediately sparked backlash. Critics are now asking a serious question. What level of vetting was done before the Duke and Duchess lent their presence, and by extension, their royal titles, to this organization? When high-profile figures step into sensitive geopolitical spaces, due diligence isn't optional, it's expected. And because Harry and Meghan still use their titles publicly, despite stepping back from official royal duties, the controversy has reignited a familiar debate. Should they still be allowed to retain those titles if their independent activities create diplomatic headaches? Some commentators argue that if they're going to operate as private citizens, they shouldn't simultaneously trade on royal prestige.
Immigrants. I can't stand the idea that the dismantling of the culture that did have a hand in making me who I am, which is so meaningless in the face of people's lives being completely unearthed, uprooted, destroyed, just the this is not who we are. So where I'm from, I don't identify with that right now. And so I definitely am dying every day thinking, so do we make movies about this? Do we throw all of our money at it? Do we stop buying burgers in the daytime? What do we do about this? I can't fathom that it's happening until it doesn't happen. It's Los Angeles doesn't exist without all of us.
Others say stripping titles would only escalate tensions further. Either way, this story isn't going away quickly. In today's digital world, associations, even indirect ones, are scrutinized within minutes. And once questions about judgment surface, they tend to linger. Now, shifting gears, because the royal-adjacent drama doesn't end there. Sarah Ferguson, better known as Fergie, has reportedly been trying to make waves in Hollywood. Before the legal controversies surrounding her ex-husband, Prince Andrew, intensified, she was said to be shopping around her 2021 romance novel, Her Heart for a Compass, in hopes of turning it into a television series. Now, timing in Hollywood is everything, and attempting to pitch a sweeping historical romance filled with passion and corset drama, while headlines were dominated by the Epstein scandal, let's just say the optics weren't ideal. Fair or not, public perception matters. And when global conversations are centered around one of the largest sex trafficking scandals in modern history, attaching any kind of romantic narrative to that orbit becomes a PR nightmare. It's not necessarily about the book itself. It's about the moment in which it was being pushed. Speaking of Hollywood, let's talk about Kristen Stewart. During a recent interview, the actress reflected emotionally on immigration issues in Los Angeles, expressing distress over what she described as the dismantling of the culture that shaped her. She spoke in a stream of consciousness style, questioning what artists should even do in response. Make movies about it? Donate money? Change daily habits? Her comments quickly went viral. Not necessarily because of the sentiment, but because of the delivery. Social media had a field day. Some viewers found her remarks heartfelt but scattered. Others criticized the lack of clarity, especially given that the interview appeared in Architectural Digest, a publication people typically turn to for design inspiration, not political commentary. To be fair, not every actor is a polished political speaker, and sometimes unscripted honesty can come across as rambling. But in today's climate, every word is clipped, replayed, and dissected within seconds. Now to another outspoken celebrity, Rosie O'Donnell. Her daughter Chelsea has made troubling headlines after being accused of inappropriate physical contact, which reportedly resulted in legal consequences and the termination of probation related to prior offenses. Rosie has previously spoken publicly about Chelsea's struggles with addiction. However, critics are now questioning whether the comedian's heavy focus on political activism has overshadowed more urgent personal matters at home. O'Donnell, who has long been vocal about her opposition to Donald Trump, has built a large portion of her recent public persona around activism. She has even shared that her therapist once advised her to take a break from posting about Trump, suggesting she try going 48 hours without mentioning him online. By her own admission, that hasn't been easy. Some argue that activism has become her primary identity, more so than comedy or acting. Others believe her outspoken style actually energizes political opponents more than allies. Either way, her personal life is once again intersecting with her public persona in a very public way. And finally, another headline that's raising eyebrows. A churchgoer has reportedly filed a lawsuit against Don Lemon, claiming emotional distress after a Sunday service was disrupted by Lemon and a group of protesters. According to legal filings, the woman alleges that the journalist participated in organizing and live streaming the disruption. Court documents suggest that at least one protester publicly admitted to helping coordinate logistics for the event. Lemon allegedly streamed portions of the incident and appeared to defend his actions afterward. Now the situation has escalated into a legal battle. Critics say Lemon embraced the attention and portrayed himself as a victim of political persecution. However, this isn't about partisan commentary. It's about a grand jury indictment. That distinction matters. If the lawsuit proceeds and damages are awarded, the consequences could be financially significant. And beyond the courtroom, it raises broader questions about accountability, especially when activism crosses into confrontation. So as you can see, from royal visits in the Middle East to Hollywood controversies and courtroom drama, the celebrity world is anything but quiet right now. And with new developments emerging almost daily, especially regarding that Jordan visit, this story may evolve even further in the coming weeks. Stay tuned.